Hello and welcome back to Tales Noir Preludes. Let's continue. I think we're done with Howard's stuff here. Plenty of space back there. Now let's get rid of all the junk. Let's check our neighbors. Dorm 303, not for me. Zero 02 is not for you, Howard. Stand 304, it's 301. Never heard of him. Yeah, I already heard that from last time. Howdy, partner. You have a chance to check out your room yet? I did. I met Larry. That's great. We'll be best friends. All three of us, right? You got it, man. Okay. Well, that seems to be everything here. Is it just me, or does Howard's ear tips already look a little bit clipped?
Hey.
Hey, man, you good to go? Yeah, man, let's roll. Sweet, I'm starving. Let's start things off right. We're splitting the bill.
Ah.
Yeah, alright, if you insist. You're a stand-up guy, Howie. Appreciate it. You got it, Larry. You chose to be social and have an easier time getting along with people. Aspired to become powerful when you grew up. Okay. Let's go for Renee. Renee Wilson, April 27th. Through apartment 1-3, I think. And that was, of course, Steppin' High by Brovos. Marks their 10th consecutive week at the top of the charts. Stellar stuff. Now, before this DJ signs off for the day, it's time for today's stories. Okay. Cassius Firth, Minister of Silence, announced today that he would be stepping down from his position after 15 years of service. In a press release, he stated that he was satisfied with the work he had done in the past few years and was looking forward to his retirement. But he was. Minister retirement plans are through the roof as far as I know. Successor is currently being chosen. A press release from the headquarters of the ministry, Science City, stated a suitable candidate would be announced within the week. And local journalist Renee Wilson seems like the best candidate. Can't wait to offer a ludicrous salary. Yeah, in other news, locals in West End are still reeling from the fire that ravaged an entire tenement block last week. Ravaged is right. I went there. There was nothing left but rubble. Fire, which claimed a number of lives, has been reported as an unforeseen accident and result of a gas leak. The police department has since stated that they'll be investigating other at-risk buildings in the area for similar issues and asking citizens to cooperate. And my editor keeps asking me to finish the article on it. Our thoughts and prayers are with the unfortunate souls that lost in the fire. That's all for today. Been middays with Madison. Up next is Gus and the Steelers with Old Blue. Oh, thoughts and prayers. Nothing's ever changed. All right, Renee, that article isn't going to write itself. Get to the office and get to work. Kitchen over that way. Apartment over that way. Check out the kitchen. Got these for our wedding. Happy to have the goddess on my side. Lucas can keep the shepherd. Wedding, eh? Gonna have dream night at the kitchen. Still don't feel like cooking. Just wrap things up as soon as I can. It's beautiful outside to stay in the office all day. Okay, yeah. Sounds like a good plan, Renee. Also heels at home? You're made of sterner stuff. Hey there, pretty. Lucas' office. My office. Alright, it was middle of organizing shelves in here. Shouldn't take long. I know that feeling. Okay. Hey there, Lizzie. Ready for your meal? Okay. Need bottle lid to open it. There you go, honey. Full ready? Well, I'll just leave that there for you, alright? Organize office shelf. Alright, let's get this over with. Nothing but old article clippings on this one. I think it's one of Lucas's albums. Not sure why this is here. Guest in at night. Took this one when we started dating. Sounds lovely. Red pagodas. Look like I got the apartment for myself for another couple hours. Shiny. There, much better. Oh, you move when I move. Little details like that. Yet me, no. Terminal, typewriter. This thing hasn't seen much action since I got a terminal. Maybe I'll come back to it someday. Fire case. Love you. Crime scene report. Big ask on my part. Both surprised and proud they managed to get them both for me. Here it is. Don't get your hopes up. Sorry for the wait on this. Scene statements are usually not for public to see, so they had to strike a lot to protect the lives of officers. Hopefully this put your worries to rest for a bit. Love you, Lucas. Alright, here's the main report. Just wish so much hadn't been redacted. Yeah. 12:15. 1:35. 4:23. Okay, so April 23rd. West End. 24th, 2nd Street. Suspect's apartment is small, maybe 500 square feet, and in poor state. Living conditions are working class, typical of West End. Hallway entry, wallpaper coming off the ceiling. Body was found close to the door. Beaver looks to be in his mid-20s. Mackenzie arrived at the same time as me and inspected the body when I had a look around. Didn't take long. Suspect had 3 bullet wounds, 1 in the abdomen, 1 in the torso, and 1 in the neck. The one in the neck was particularly gruesome, yeah, but Mackenzie's initial conclusion was suspect bled out. Yeah. Mustn't have taken too long in account of all the wounds. I'm guessing Miss Giannopoulos won't be required to do much of an autopsy. Suspect, Beaver, was wearing pants and suspenders but no shirt. Body stained with blood, but there's a fine dusting over the upper torso. Mackenzie tells me it's soot. I can't argue. The head is seemingly blackened by soot or something. It looks like the suspect made an effort to wipe it off. Top left shoulder looks like it had a burn mark. Mackenzie confirms it, saying it's very recent, probably today. Opposite side of the body is a tire iron, old and rusted. Some of the suspect's blood is pooled around it, but no splatter. Kitchen is a mess, more soot, more ash, a large amount of something hovering near the top of the ceiling, making it hard to breathe. Lingering smell of something, most likely from the stove. Footprints of soot leading out to the kitchen, but none leading in. Tools are scattered around the oven, the hatch of which has been screwed off. Most of the damage is. We opened some windows on our way out, but it's going to be a long time before they get the smell of something out of there. The rest of the apartment is not noteworthy. Small bedroom almost entirely covered by the bed. Kitchen table and chairs moved to the side of the hall. Bathroom small and cramped. And nothing of interest here except the body and the kitchen, both which appear to be closed cases. 424, I saw nothing that would implement the apartment was a fire hazard, and best of my knowledge resolved the situation to the best of my ability. Those redacteds are interesting. Statement from the first officer. Let's see. 1102, 423rd Street. Police dispatched an emergency call from the tenant on the 3rd floor, tenement in West End, citing domestic altercations causing concern, additionally mentioning having noticed smoke from downstairs. Home of Castor Stone, Beaver mid-20s, and Roe Ilana, Beaver mid-20s. 2 officers, including myself, were dispatched and arrived at the scene around 1124. Upon arrival, Stone acted with hostility and refused officer entry to the home. After hearing sounds of distress from inside, Officer Redacted and I breached the doors of the apartment. Stone was wearing only pants and shoes. His hand and face were dirtied. Apartment smelled of smoke, and there was a small amount of it still in the ceiling. Immediately upon entering, Stone began acting in a menacing manner, wielding a blunt instrument in his left hand. Roe was acting hysterically, and all attempts to calm her were met with angry dismissal. Officer Redacted drew a service weapon and asked Stone to step down. During this time, I entered the kitchen to find it in a state of disarray. The oven was open, and scattered around it were crude tools. Oven hatch was torn from it, strong smell of electrical and wood burn. At this point, I heard a loud yelp from the hall, followed by a gunshot. Drew my service weapon, entered the hall, and found Officer Redacted discharged his service weapon, hitting Stone in the abdomen. Seeing my partner had been injured, I determined that Stone was still a threat and discharged my service weapon twice. Stone was hit in the chest both times and dropped to the ground. Roe was in a lot of distress, no kidding, lashed out in a threatening manner and was taken to custody for impending police investigation. Officer Redacted placed a call to dispatch, and we remained on the scene with Roe in custody in the patrol car. Coroner and detectives arrived around 1209. Initial statements were taken and the body was removed from the premises. So nothing that would imply the apartment was a fire hazard, and to the best of my knowledge, resolved the situation to the best of my ability. It's from the cop that stayed in the hallway. Officer Redacted was present during testimony of Officer Redacted and confirmed the events of the report. For clarity, questions pertaining to the first time a service weapon was discharged were asked to make up the totality of the report. Further information, see 2241. That was previous. After I withdrew my service weapon, Officer Redacted left to investigate the remainder of the apartment. Stone, Beaver mid-20s, began making threats and insulting me and my partner. Asked Stone repeatedly to stand down, which he refused. Eventually, Stone charged me with a sharp object, stabbing me in my left arm. Discharged my service weapon, which hit Stone in the abdomen, causing Stone to back off a few steps. Officer redacted, enter the hall shortly, and subdue Stone further. Saw nothing that would imply that the apartment was a fire hazard. To the best of my knowledge, resolved the situation to the best of my ability. I met Dorsey at the fire station. Good man, very helpful. Can probably trust his report. Location of the fire, West End, 44 2nd Street, house fire, 14 injuries, 25 fatalities. Whoa. No smoke detectors. Interesting. 13:45, April 23rd, fire department was reported potential fire in apartment building 44 2nd Street, West End. Firefighters deployed at 13:50 and arrived at the scene at 14:12. So the fire happened after. Undetermined time prior to arrival, large explosion on the 2nd floor, later confirmed being ignited gas leak, exacerbated the situation. Deployed firefighters took necessary steps to evacuate the building. After the explosion, the fire was centralized to the 1st and 2nd floor, with the 3rd in the process of being engulfed. Fire was contained to a single building, and the efforts to put the fire out went on until 16:55, at which time it was considered mostly contained. Efforts continued until 18:45, at which point the fire had been extinguished completely. The entire area was sectioned off, and searching for survivors and victims of the fire continued on to 1400 on the 24th. Okay, on the next day, yeah. Additional damage control and section off being done at 11:05 on the 25th. The area is considered completely secured and will be opened up for demolition on the 30th. What Wayne told me his original write-up got so edited he felt weird about putting his name on this one. Yeah. Fire in West End claims innocent lives. West End, Wednesday 24th. Wayne Wachowski. Fire erupted in an apartment building in West End yesterday, claiming the entire building in its wake. Although some tenants were successfully evacuated, many lives were lost during the disastrous fire. The exact number of fatalities have yet to be disclosed. Its efforts are ongoing. Search remains in the building, thanks to the city's finest. However, the fire was contained to a single building and no further damage done to the surrounding buildings. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that seems to be a little iffy. That's where it's all started. Feels like I have a moment to prove myself. Renee, been getting a lot of positive responses to that piece you wrote about the Gastown geezers. Really fun, colorful stuff. Keep it up. You'll be regular on features in no time. Now for a grim change of pace, Wachowski's off for the week, and I need you to work on a follow-up piece about that fire on West End. Apparently some similar developments, and residents are worried about a repeat, so I'm being told to run something that will help settle those concerns. Attach some of the public records to the first notice we ran on it, look into what happened to see if there's any way you can spin it seeming more like a rare accident than a serious fire threat. Editors. Oh, I skimmed the reports. It sounded like the guy was messing around with stuff you didn't understand. Might be your angle. Either way, let's see if we can quell this fire hazard so we can get back to what you do best. Wesley. As far as it goes, not the worst. Should try to wrap this up by today. Then again, I said that yesterday too. I know you want to keep looking in the fire case. We've got to run something soon. You're not a detective. You're a writer. Leave solving the crimes to the police. Only reason I let you work on it so long is because your other write-ups are stellar. But if you keep going like this, we'll be pushing the boundary of what news is. And I mean the sense of being late to the party. Life's too short to be a perfectionist. Please have something for me by Wednesday. Yeah. Poor Lucas hasn't figured out how to work with terminals. I don't mind. Kind of cute. Hey, Sugar. Finally got a terminal set up on my desk. Hope get this. I don't know how you write so fast on these. Paperwork is going to be a nightmare. I love you. Smooch. Lucas. Aww. Lucas is a sweetie.
Hi.
Keep staring at that screen. Your eyes will go square, hun. Oh, Lucas is adorable. We want to do caring, logical, or driven. We'll be caring. Good to be home. Have you been working on this all day? Trying to, unfortunately. Alright, how about I order some dinner and we work our way through it together? It depends on what you order. Got something in mind for you. What got you distracted? Remember the West End fire? I do. Working on the article, huh? Trying to, at least. Yeah, how's your investigation on? Didn't you say your edit guy was asking for it earlier? I wanted something more basic. Not giving you something basic, are you? There's nothing basic about this case. So you keep saying, alright partner, let's figure it out. Walk me through it. Where do you want me to start? How about we start next time? When we come back, folks? Trying to figure out this case. Have a good one, folks.